decline of this president, it was a major talking point in 2020. We're talking about a White House press corps that had no problem running wild with accusations and anonymous sources and conspiracy theories when it was a Republican, Donald Trump. But now we're supposed to believe that they were somehow duped, that the rest of the country could see something that they couldn't see. I don't buy it. I don't think any Americans buy it. The level of media corruption that we're seeing is complete at this point. Yep. They didn't cover the story because they thought it would be bad for Democrats to talk about the senility of the president. And now they're covering it because they've lost confidence in their ability to drag Joe Biden across the finish line. There's nothing honest about this, and they don't get any points whether they start covering it now or not. That all of this desire to oust Biden is happening only among the media and other top Democrats. You are not seeing a groundswell calling for change from Democrat voters. Again, they just had a primary election. They just overwhelmingly chose this man to be their nominee. And now the media are acting like
Okay. So what she's talking about,
that's probably how Joe Biden is thinking. He says, I got the nomination, so exactly, why should the deep state, why should they be the ones to decide?
Well, there's a case to be made for that because, he figures he's won. The people have chosen him. Who are these guys? But the problem with Biden, I think Biden is so far gone that he doesn't know that he's gone. David Axelrod was talking about this. Now, what Molly Hemingway's talking about earlier, though, is all of a sudden the media have had this awakening. They've been covering up for him for years. We all know this, all right? Even during the campaign, during the basement campaign. And I think we should go along with what the media are doing because they're doing the right thing here, maybe for the wrong reasons, but they're going along with what we've been saying.
No, I totally disagree.
I don't want the media to turn on and be in Biden's favor all of a sudden.
But I think Biden should stay. When was the primary?
They had different months, just like ours. There wasn't a day; it was different times over the last few months.
But I think there's been a significant decline in him in the last
2 months,
3 or 4 months. Yeah, I would say in the last 3 or 4 months, there's been a significant decline with. It was always kind of bad.
The thing with
really
Biden, the thing with Biden is this. Okay, we benefit from the division. The Democrat Party is completely in chaos right now. The media,
I don't want this resolved for them.
The media have basically turned CNN into a one-topic thing. Biden dropping out.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's 25. Now, MSNBC is not. They're on Biden's side, by the way. Okay, Lawrence O'Donnell said in the next debate, both Trump and Biden should be able to have their entire staff on stage with them, and each of them should be mic'd up so when a question comes up, they can confer with their staff. It was very bizarre. But MSNBC is not in the loop like you would think they are because they're not where CNN is at. CNN is 100% against Biden right now.
Well, we've all felt that CNN is a government
They
agency.
are. They're the deep state. Yeah. But if they're so against Biden and working so hard, it is freaking out the Democrat voters because, we've all known how bad Biden has been for a long time. People that get their news from CNN and MSNBC didn't really know how bad he was. Some of them did, but most of them didn't because they covered it. And the Democrat voter base that Biden thinks he has behind him, I don't think they're so behind him now because they're seeing how bad he is on CNN all day. And they're like, holy smokes, what happened? This isn't what I voted for.
Well, most people don't watch the news regularly like we do. But Molly said that she hasn't really heard from the voters and that they seem okay with it. That's not entirely true because interactive polls, they're monitoring this and they are doing daily polls and they just came out with one today. This July 7th, interactive polls, and they're very accurate. Pennsylvania, Trump 58, Biden 42. Wisconsin, Trump 56. These are blue states. Biden 44. Michigan, Trump 55, Biden 45.
Yeah.
Arizona, Trump 72, Biden 28. Georgia, Trump 75, Biden 25. Nevada, Trump 70, Biden 30. And North Carolina, Trump 79, Biden 21. So the voters are clearly changing their mind about Biden. So they're not happy with him. So she's wrong on that front. And this is what is scaring the hell out of the party. And you're right that the CNN has really, and Fox, but CNN especially, they don't even talk about Trump really right now.
No.
It shows you they get a goal in mind, and that's what they go with, and they stick with it like a dog with a bone.
Yep.
And their goal is for him to get out, and one way or another. So that is the propaganda they're pushing now, and it's working because people are changing their minds. Plus, people see for themselves. The debate was a death blow to this guy. It was so bad. There's no fixing it. And the more he goes out and tries to, that interview was a disaster. The more he goes out and tries to rectify the situation, he's just making it worse because you don't improve with dementia. It's a disease that progresses. It doesn't get better. It gets worse. Every day he's getting worse and worse and worse. And I think you get past a certain point where that's it. You know what I mean? And he's gotten to that point. So they're totally all in on this on CNN to make sure to put the pressure on him and his family. But they are very insular, the Bidens, and they are living in their own little world right now, which I think they always have. And they have probably a very tight-knit group of people. Yeah. They're in a bubble, very isolated. And I think that I've said this before, there is no way his wife is going to let him quit. He will do whatever she says.
Well, because
she is telling him, don't let them push you around. Don't let them. You got nominated. You're not going to quit.
It's because, well, first off, it's humiliating and embarrassing, and she'll have to be embarrassed for the rest of her life.
Well, her life's over when that happens.
She's
in her mind.
She is the president. She's running the country. And there was another picture of her the other day sitting in Biden's chair with the presidential seal behind her.
Yeah,
I've never seen a first lady do this. She's like really putting it in people's faces, and she doesn't want to give that up. Now, last week I was like, well, this is so dangerous. We could be attacked and all this. And then I realized we're so close to the election. The rest of the world are not going to mess around with us.
No, they're not.
Because in a blink of an eye, Trump's going to be back.
Yes,
and they don't want Trump's wrath. So Trump is keeping this country safe right now from anything that Biden, and his incompetence, you may think, bring upon us. I don't think any foreign powers are going to make any actions because
I agree with you on that.
Because Trump would go off when he came in immediately, and they know that. That's remember Iran released the hostages the second that Ronald Reagan took the oath of office, right? Because they were afraid of Ronald Reagan.
God help us if Trump doesn't.
I want to talk about Tom Laporta at Laporta Roofing. He does incredible work. And I know a lot of you over the years have used Tom Laporta, and I want to thank you all for doing that. Tom Laporta at Laporta Roofing, when he says that he will never sell you a roof you don't need, I have never heard another roofer ever say that. Roofers, and I've been dealing with roofers my whole life because in Florida, we're in hurricane season right now in Florida, and I remember we had roof damage. I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 years ago. This is before we knew Tom Laporta. Mm-hmm. And we needed repairs. We didn't need a new roof. And roofers would tell us, we don't do repairs. We only do new roofs. Yep. They if you need a new roof, we'll come and do you a new roof, but we won't do repairs.
That's true.
I was outraged. And when I first met Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting, and he said that, right? I'll never sell a roof that the customer doesn't need. I told him, I say, do you understand how unique that is? Roofers just don't say that. It's absolutely amazing. And he will treat you with the utmost respect, just like all of his other customers. Now, Tom Laporta covers a huge area here in Florida, from Jupiter to Miami, from Tampa to Naples, and everywhere in between. He works with every type of roofing material there is. And he also works on every type of structure there is. Single-family homes, condos, HOAs, office buildings, churches, schools. Did I say municipal buildings? Mm. Whatever type of structure, warehouses, he does it. And he will call you right up. Now, I'm going to give you his phone number This is Tom Laporta's cell phone number. It rings directly to his cell phone. You can call or text him. He'll get right back to you if he doesn't just answer the phone if you call. And that is also very unusual. This is a big company. Yeah. He's the owner. You're not going through the receptionist. You're not going through an appointment setter. You're not going through an office. You're not going through a salesperson. You're getting the owner of the roofing company on the phone directly.
Happens. Usually got to go through 3 or 4 people.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
And you still don't get the owner.
Never talk to the owner. No.
Never.
So this number rings directly to Tom Laporta's cell phone. Yeah. It's 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. Or you could just go to his website, laportaroofing.com. laportaroofing.com. All right.
And I've talked to Tom. He's very nice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Very nice man.
Okay. So we're hearing all these mixed messages. You know, Tom Fenton at Judicial Watch said Monday he was going to resign. I don't know about that.
Seems like this is an important week.
We got this story in Axios and Gateway Pundit that they're going to get him out by Friday. The reality of the situation is no one knows, okay? No one knows when or if. But I don't think David Axelrod and all these other high-profile Obama-level people would be all over CNN all day, every day.
You know, I know
without them having a plan to make sure that he does what they want.
They would not go take it this far unless they felt that, you know. I wonder if during the time of Nixon, now there obviously wasn't the news you have today, and there was no social media, but there was obviously a move to get him out. And did the news turn on him too? I don't know. I'm too young.
Well, yeah, because
know.
They were Democrats. They were against him from the beginning.
But even the Republicans were in on it, and it's like they pull out the memo. You know, okay, this is what we're doing now. But like I said before, the thing to glean from all of this is that the media lies to you, and they pick and choose what they're going to tell you, and everything. If you're a Democrat and you've looked back on the last 6-7 years, what have they been honest with you about? And what are they lying about now? I mean, you know what I mean? All they do is cover up and lie to people. I mean, they have no integrity. There's no journalism integrity, if there ever was. They hide behind that. It's a bunch of baloney. It doesn't exist. They have an agenda, and it's they're into brainwashing is what it is, brainwashing the masses.
Absolutely.
And right now they're all in now. It'll be interesting this week. And it was announced that Trump will be announcing his VP July 18th, which is the last night of the convention, which is, I believe, 2 weeks from Thursday is the 18th. No, let's see. The 18th is, a week from Thursday. We will find out. A lot of people are thinking Ben Carson. I've seen him. He is not my first choice, but I've seen him on a lot of interviews lately.
But you know what, though? He was on some of these panels with Byron Donalds, and he was asleep, literally asleep.
Yeah.
He couldn't stay awake.
He just doesn't have enough energy to me. No. I like him. He's very intelligent.
Yeah, I like him too.
But I really want somebody who's younger and energetic.
We don't want another Biden.
The future that can take over the reins.
Yeah.
And have, fire people up. And for that, I like J.D. Vance a lot. But I really think it's going to be Burgum. I don't think J.D. Vance is going to do it. If J.D. Vance does it, I would be shocked and very happy because he's very young, energetic, and he clearly is aligned with Trump on his thinking. He's a very intelligent guy. Rubio maybe, but I don't know at this point. I always said it was Burgum, and now I don't know if they even know.
Trump may not know
yet. He says he does, though, but has he told that? He might not tell them till that day.
He may have it down to a couple of people, and what some of them may be doing is auditioning on these TV interviews.
That's what I think is going on. I think he has it narrowed down, and he said he knows, but maybe he knows he's got his top 3, like you said, and, he wants to see how they perform. And that's really big. I don't know
but I've seen Burgum on TV a lot defending Trump.
Yes.
And that makes me lean towards him.
That's my prediction.
But I don't think he's 100% sure yet, and he's going to watch. Oh, now I want to tell everyone
I don't know how he got hooked up with Pence.
Yeah, I want to tell everybody about my new channel, which Kathy is completely running and organizing. and I'm staying out of it other than telling you guys about it.